there seems to be a lot of confusion in regards to Tom Holland and where he can and cannot go in regards to his Spider-Man role. Now, obviously, he can swing around the MCU, but not outside of it. So I'm gonna try to really simplify and explain this to you guys. After the colossal failure that was Amazing Spider-Man 2, Sony had no idea what to do with Spider-Man. It was at this time that Kevin Feige approached Amy Pascal and Sony and offered them the deal to introduce Spider-Man with a brand new take on the character into the MCU. They obviously went forward with it and the announcement was made. Now, this particular version of Spider-Man is very different than anything else Sony has done, quite obviously, but at the same time, he's still a Sony property. Sony is paying for everything, while Marvel Studios oversees everything, like the casting, like the script, and his integration into the MCU. So just by looking at that and understanding that, you can understand which studio is doing more of the legwork, which one is putting more of their time and effort in there, which would be Marvel Studios, using their own resources like scripts to go forward with it. So we know Kevin Feige's recently even said they're the ones designing the suits when he was talking about Mysterio. They really wanted to perfect it since it's one of his favorite villains. So just by knowing that, the way the Spider-Man rights work in this case is the fact that he is a Marvel Studios casting. He's part of Marvel Studios. He cannot be taken out of that franchise and put anywhere else, such as Venom. That's not gonna happen. Because the moment he's out of the MCU contract, if they let that lapse, that character is done. They cannot use him ever again. Sony could recast Tom Holland, but he would not be allowed to be Spider-Man again, because that would draw comparisons and obviously a connection to what happens in the MCU. So just by understanding that, you understand that the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man cannot appear anywhere else. He can't appear in Venom unless it's at the discretion and the allowance of Marvel Studios and Disney to say, we want this. Now, obviously, as we've seen, there's no connection to be made between these franchises, so the likelihood of Marvel Studios saying they want to connect to the larger Sony world, which has Venom, Morbius, Kraven, and whatever else they might be developing, is more or less apparent, I would say. If you're following along, they're not going to let it happen. That's as simple as that.